Okay, week one, we started off with a bang this year, and Rob Bishton from Utica, New York, upstate New York, got a beautiful 148 8-pointer, and Jim Rutledge from Howell, New Jersey, got this 162 11-pointer. So, Rob, tell us how you got this deer and how he came in and about this hunt.
It's about quarter after 5 in the afternoon, and a doe came up over into the field, and I got ready and grabbed the bow, and behind about 40 yards this guy came, and I didn't have to think about it. I didn't bother counting any points. I just got ready to make the shot. It's kind of a difficult shot. I had to turn my body into the field to make it, and he actually stopped on the scrape, and he rattled his horns in the tree and cuffed the ground a little bit, and back in the tree rattling his horns, and he turns and he starts to walk off the scrape, and believe it or not, he stopped right there, and I made the shot at 15 yards through the liver.
And how do we know it was a liver hit?
Real red on the arrow.
Dark blood, and,
yep.
And what's our policy on those liver hits, Rob?
Well, Steve suggested we wait 4 hours at least, and that's what we did. We went back, and he went probably 60 yards from where I last saw him. But I knew he was going to go down. I watched him for about a minute. He stood there, heavy breathing, and kind of like that. He took another 15 steps or so, and he stood there for probably 4 minutes, and I watched him, and I could tell he wasn't too comfortable, and then he kind of walked out of sight, but I knew he wasn't going to go very far.
And I had told you the history of this Steve's Point tree stand. Tell the folks how the history of this stand gave you a little confidence.
Well, I know you said you'd taken numerous bucks off that stand, and so I was pretty comfortable, and there's a lot of activity down in the draw behind me, and I'd seen some smaller bucks and so forth. In fact, I sat the first afternoon there, and I had a doe come right up over the top exactly like this one, only it was a small, young 6-point with it, and I wasn't going to take that, but this was a different story. I knew I was going to take it. Didn't even know how many points it had until afterwards. I was watching with the binoculars for about 4 or 5 minutes while he stood there and counted the points, and I noticed, I said, man, he's so symmetrical. I said, look at him.
Great deer. Congratulations.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, Rob.
Thanks, ITB.
Thank you. Thank you. And Jim, tell us how you got this gorgeous 162 11-pointer over at Yakeley's Ridge.
Oh, we sat there in the morning. This was the second morning in there. Probably the first day I seen about 8 or 9 different bucks. Nothing of this quality. And then early in the morning, there were 2 nice deer came out a little bit too far away to get a shot at. And luckily, that was around 9:30 in the morning. Luckily, around 3:30, this guy came back down the ridge, worked his way down, got about a 30-yard shot at him, took it, wasn't sure I hit him. He went 10 yards, stopped, sat around a little bit, and then all of a sudden dropped his rear end like you see on the television programs, and front end went down. He did the flop, and that was it. He was dead, and I just sat there and enjoyed the moment.
I really liked how Jim broke the news to me. He called me on the cell. He's still in the tree stand, and he said, Steve, I've waited 3 years for this, and I knew by the sound of his voice it was a good one. And it's a great deer, huh? How's that going to look back in your taxidermy shop in New Jersey?
Well, it's going to look real good. I got deer from Mexico. I've got deer from Kansas, Saskatchewan, and this deer tops them all. And that's what I came here for. I understood they had big deer, and the last 2 years I've seen deer as big as this. Never got the opportunity to shoot at them. And this year here, just my year, I guess. Can't thank Steve more. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Thank you, Jim. Congratulations. Okay, boys, let's hang them up.
Here, we can leave these hanging.